Hello, hello, my dear friends. Welcome to Elena's Bar Low Impact Full Body Workouts. We are full house today with Melody and PK. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And Indio is here for the Ayurveda seminar with the doshas. As we've mentioned to you before, guys, if you wanted to determine your dosha type, go to www.elenasbarre.com, Ayurveda page, and you will see a survey there which asks you a few questions. So click all of the questions that apply to you, because you can be combination of a few doshas. Okay, and then based on that, we are going to give you today the general recommendations based on Ayurveda about the foods that you should eat and about the foods that you should avoid. Okay, so today it's going to be general to introduce you into the topic, because Ayurveda is a very broad topic. We took the actual course that lasts us for a few months, right, Piki?
Yeah.
And we will try to summarize it. Okay, so try to stay till the end of this video, and remember to ask us any questions throughout if you have any questions. Okay, and I'm going to share the slide with you. And then tomorrow, guys, PK is going to share some lovely recipes about food, and maybe Melody will also share some of your recipes, because I'm not a cook, okay? I can do a lot of things, but what I can't do is I can't cook. Okay, so I'm going to share the slide now. Cool. Okay, guys, you can see it, right? And we'll start from the beginning. So welcome everyone to our seminar today about Ayurveda and doshas. And okay, let me figure out what I should click here. So Ayurveda is a science or knowledge of life. It translates from Sanskrit as Ayur, meaning life, and Veda, meaning knowledge or science. And it's a natural system of medicine. It's been originated in India over 3,000 years ago. So as you can see, guys, it's a pretty old science. Now, we have the conventional medicine, but before the medical system wasn't that great, right? And people were using some remedies that seem to work. And in fact, if you look at the pharmaceutical industry, you'll see that a lot of pills, they contain some of those herbs, spices, right? And yeah, it's not a replacement for conventional medicine, okay? So that you don't have your hopes too high up, okay? But if you maintain a healthy lifestyle and a healthy diet, it might work for you, okay? So yeah, it's considered to be one of the oldest and traditional systems of medicine, as accepted worldwide, and it's based on the doshas. These are the qualities that every person is born with, the prakriti, right? Pika, do you remember?
Yeah. Doshas. Yeah.
Doshas. So
We are part of the Prakriti. Yeah.
yeah, so each person has their own dosha type, or maybe even a combination of a few
Dosha. Yeah.
doshas, yes. And dosha translates from Sanskrit as that which can cause problems, right? And it's based on 5 elements. So the first element is space, air, fire, water, and earth. All of those, you will see them later. We are going to break them down. And whatever we are going to share with you today and tomorrow, guys, please, it's not a medical advice. So acknowledge that you are following our recommendations with your own risks, okay? If you are drastically changing your lifestyle or diet, remember to always consult your doctor, your physician, and a health provider, okay? So let's begin with gunas.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was always struggling with this one, but I think I found a good summary. This presentation is based on Deepak Chopra's book, and I'm going to give you the reference in the end of the presentation, okay? Yeah. So the natural qualities and the balance of the doshas is found in the dynamic equilibrium. So all of these elements, they have to complement each other. And in VATA, we have the elements of dry, moving, cold, light, changeable, subtle, rough, quick. And Vata kind of leads the other doshas. So if you look here, I actually created this one. I don't know if it explains well, but it kind of goes in the opposition. So if we eat a spicy pepper, this will lift our pitta.
Pitta.
But on balance, I had to show it to you as if it drops it, okay? Because we put more weight on it. Doesn't it make sense, Melody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in fact, if you do eat that guy, it's going to lift it up, okay, guys? So it's the opposite in real life. It's just on balance. It does show really well what happens. So we eat pitta. Oh, pitta. We eat a spicy, something spicy like a pepper, right? And pitta goes up, in fact, okay? But what happens with vata and kapha? They actually go down. You see, but on balance, it shows as if they go up, okay? But in real life, they go down. We reduce them. Then if we want to increase our vata and kapha, we have to drink cold water. This one will also reduce the pitta.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because here it shows it's lifting. So it's the opposite, but it's a good vision for you to see. And then the what is it? The fennel spices or seeds. You eat them. They will increase your vata and kapha, but they will also reduce your pitta.
Yeah.
And here, the qualities of pitta are hot, sharp, light, moist, slightly oily, fluid, sour smelling. And the qualities of kapha are heavy, cold, oily, sweet, steady, slow, soft, sticky, dull, and smooth.
Yeah.
Okay? So now we're going to look in detail in each dosha. So if you did the test, it will help you. Yeah, guys, please do that survey on the website. So the descriptions of the person would be excited, who loves constant change. So this is a changeable kind of person, unpredictable. There is no steadiness, and he goes to sleep at different times. He can skip meals, and he has irregular habits. And then he can be hungry at any time of the day or night. So not very stable person, right? We see here digest food well one day and then the other day not so well. And bursts of short-lived emotions. He forgets quickly the information and then he walks quickly. This is very general, okay? But yeah, these are the tendencies that happen. And then the body type is usually light, thin build. This is part of the survey that you were answering to the questions. Then he performs activities quickly, irregular hunger, irregular digestion, light interrupted sleep, insomnia. Then he is enthusiastic, has good imagination. He's very excited. The mood is changing really quickly. So he grasps the new information quickly and he also forgets. It's kind of similar, but they call it in the body type. So tendency towards constipation also. Tires easily, tendency to overexert, and mental and physical energy comes in bursts. And then the psychological traits of this person, the positive psychological traits, are imaginative, sensitive, spontaneous, resilient, and exhilarated. And unbalanced symptoms that we've already kind of covered, the constipation, right? So he tends to feel pain, spasms, cramps, chills, and shakiness. To balance vata, we need regular habits, quiet, attention to fluids, so you need to drink enough warm water, okay, and then decrease sensitivity to stress, ample rest, go to bed on time, try to maintain that regime, right? Then he needs warmth, steady supply of nourishment, drinking enough water, and sesame oil massage, abhyanga. Pika, do you remember they were telling us about so many types of massages?
Yeah.
We should
Different
probably call
oils.
Sujata. Susie, yeah, she used to teach yoga with us too. And she's also a licensed massage therapist, so she knew all of those kinds of massages that you can do, guys. There are a lot.
Yeah.
It's a separate topic for separate discussion. So,
Yeah.
Pitta dosha is intense, ambitious, and sharp-witted. It's a combination of fire and water elements, okay? And then the person can feel hungry, really hungry, if dinner is 30 minutes late. Hi.
Like, it's like terrible thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, my dinner has to be on time, and my husband knows that. Okay, then he lives by his watch, usually very
Yeah.
expensive. Well, mine is not super expensive because I tend to wreck it pretty quickly with all of the fitness activities. And then, anyway, wake up at night feeling hot or thirsty. Um, Not always the case with me. And see, sometimes it's you don't have to match like 100% to be one type. You have to choose those answers and calculate how many points you got for each dosha. Okay, guys, this is
Yeah.
what you have to do. And then he wakes up at, okay, this is what I said, take comment of a situation. Others find him too demanding, sarcastic, and critical. And he has a determined stride when he walks. Okay. Then the body type is medium build, medium strength and endurance, enterprising character, likes changes, sharp intellect, sharp hunger and thirst, strong digestion, tendency towards anger, irritability under stress, fair or ruddy skin, often freckled, aversion to sun, hot weather, precise, articulate speech, cannot skip meals, okay? And blonde, light brown, red hair, reddish undertones, okay? Then the positive psychological traits are intellectual, confident, enterprising, joyous. Okay, guys, if you realize that's part of you, let us know in the comments, okay? And then unbalanced symptoms are inflammation, fever, excessive hunger and thirst, heartburn, hot flashes. And then how to balance pitta? Well, it's easy. We need moderation, coolness, attention to leisure, exposure to natural beauty, balance of rest and activity, for example, meditation, and decreased stimulants. Okay. And then finally, this is the kapha dosha, which is considered to be the steadiest and most tranquil kind of person. Is relaxed, sturdy, and this dosha comprises of earth and water elements. And the person is not very decisive. Usually, he wakes up slowly. He likes to lay down in bed for as long as he can, and he needs his coffee. Happy with status quo and conciliating others, respects others' feelings, and is very empathetic. He seeks emotional comfort from eating, graceful movements, liquid eyes, and gliding walk. So the body type is solid, powerful build, great physical strength and endurance, steady energy, slow and graceful, tranquil, relaxed personality, slow to anger, slow to grasp new information, but good retentive memory. Do you remember the difference between the two, right? One is
Yeah.
short-term memory, the other one is long-term memory here. Slow to, heavy prolonged sleep, tendency to obesity, slow digestion, mild hunger, affectionate, tolerant, forgiving, tendency to be possessive, complacent. The psychological traits are calm, sympathetic, empathetic, courageous, forgiving, and loving. And then unbalanced symptoms are congestion, mucus discharge, heaviness, fluid retention, lethargy, oversleeping. Okay? And then the balancing kapha is stimulation, regular exercise, weight control, variety of experiences, warmth, dryness, and reduced sweetness. Okay, because he tends to gain weight, right? So we need to really watch the carbs intake. Okay, so these are the three main doshas, and now we are going to talk about each one in particular, how to balance, and I'll give you the general food recommendations, what to eat and what to avoid, okay? So for water, it's important, in order to balance it, avoid alcohol, okay? And avoid mental strain and overestimation. He should surround himself with light and bright surrounding, like bright covers on the or cushions, or decorate the house with bright things, right? And then he should get more rest. He should do sound meditation, is really good for Vata people, and he should stay warm. I say he, but it applies to her as well, right? We get it. And then he can use sesame oil for massage, take a long bath or shower in the morning before doing meditation, and then he can drink ginger tea. Basically, drink plenty of warm water and eat regularly 3 times a day. Okay. And now the interesting part. Okay, this is really detailed, guys, and I don't know if you want me to read through it, or you can kind of look through it, maybe take a picture of it. The foods for Vata, the recommendations now. From grains, Vatas should favor oats, cooked, not dry, okay, rice and wheat, and then reduce the consumption of barley, buckwheat, corn, dry oats, millet, and rye. And then fruits. Okay, there is a long list here. They should favor sweet, well-ripened fruit in general, okay, and then avoid dried fruits in general, or unripe fruits, okay? And then you can see the list here of all of the fruits that he should eat and he should avoid, okay? And then the vegetables, the same principle applies. I don't know why it's cutting out here. Maybe I made the pictures too big. Okay, so favor asparagus, beet, carrots, cucumber, green beans, okra, onions, and garlic, but not raw. Guys, you have to cook onion and garlic. I remember that they were saying that onion is actually quite poisonous for you if you eat it raw. Do you remember, Pique?
Yeah,
This is
it's
what
pungent.
Deepachi, was saying. And then radishes, sweet potatoes, and turnips. I don't even know what those are. And then reduce broccoli, Brussels sprout, cabbage, cauliflower, celery, leafy green vegetables, mushrooms, and well, look at the zucchini. These are acceptable if cooked. Again, zucchini, you have to be careful with them, okay? So the next ones are meat. The red meat, I would say, should be avoided by all of the doshas, and we'll see them later. But here, you can favor chicken, seafood in general, and turkey. And then the dairy, all dairy is acceptable unless you have lactose intolerance, okay? And then beans, you can consume chickpeas, mung beans, pink lentils, and tofu, and reduce them if you notice something doesn't agree with you, okay, based on your body, how you feeling, okay? What are choices? Sweeteners, oils, herbs, spices, nuts, and seeds. So let's check these ones. So all oils are acceptable. Sesame is the best, okay, for water. And then you see almost all herbs and spices in moderation, and heating herbs. They will keep you hot or warm. Allspice, basil, bay leaf, black pepper, you see it, cardamom, cilantro, cinnamon is good, clove, cumin, and some of those spices repeat also in other doshas as well. So then you reduce, no, and then here they say no spice should be used in high quantities, minimize all bitter and astringent herbs and spices. Okay, so you minimize the coriander, fenugreek, parsley, saffron, turmeric. And then you look at nuts here. All nuts are acceptable in small amounts. Almonds are best. And then sweeteners, all sweeteners are acceptable. Okay, so let's move on. Now, balancing pitta. Yeah, let me move you guys. Okay, so for pitta, you should avoid pickles, yogurt, sour cream, and fried food. Oops, too fast. Fried food. So try to squeeze the lemon into the warm water and maybe use the lemon instead of a vinegar as well. And do herbal tea. It will be good for you. And for breakfast, you can do a cinnamon toast. Okay. And try to avoid fast food. Avoid salty, oily foods, basically, and avoid honey as well. So let's look at the vegetables here. You see, for pitta, you can favor asparagus, broccoli, Brussels sprout, cabbage, cauliflower. The cauliflower was the ones that you reduce in VATA. You see how they change here? So interesting. And leafy green vegetables, lettuce, mushrooms, okra, pears, potatoes, sprouts, sweet peppers, sweet potatoes, zucchini, and then you reduce garlic, hot peppers, onions, radishes, and tomatoes. Okay, and then the next ones are dairy, grains,
Dairy,
and
flavor,
fruits.
butter.
Okay, so you can favor butter, egg whites, ghee, like in the clarified form, butter, ice cream. Be careful with ice cream. Too much sugar, right? Milk, and then you can reduce buttermilk, cheese, sour cream, and yogurt. Okay, and then the grains, you favor barley, oats, wheat, white rice, and reduce brown rice, corn, millet, and rye. And then with fruits, also you should consume sweet and ripe fruits. So apples are good. I really love apples. Avocados, yeah. Cherries, coconut, figs, grapes, mangoes, melons, oranges, pears, plums, prunes, and raisins. And then you reduce apricots, or basically all fruits that are sour or unripe. Okay. And here you see the cherries. You can do cherries if they are ripe, but if they are unripe, you can't do them. And then lemons. I love lemons. I don't know. Yeah, it can be hit and miss. I think my dosha type is okay. I'm going to give you the okay. Where did I gain? So I don't know if you can see it, guys.
Yeah.
See, can you see the
Um,
numbers at the bottom, the results?
no, no, we
So,
can't. But you
oh,
can
okay.
tell
I'm going
us.
to tell you. I
Yeah.
got 2 for VATA, 2 points for VATA. I got 10 for PITTA, and I got 5 for KAPHA.
Cup. Oh, okay.
So I'm PITTA and KAPHA, a
Okay.
combination with the
So
PITTA prevailing.
majority is pitta. Yeah, you are like a
Yeah,
pitta
as
type.
I said, you know, you might find because sometimes I just clicked all 3 of them because
Yeah.
they were matching. So yeah, and you have to calculate all for each individual dosha, all the
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
Okay, so you try to avoid this unripened sour fruits.
Yeah.
And grapes, oranges, pineapples, plums should be sweet. Okay. So, but I like actually the sour taste too. So pomegranates are my favorite, and they are pretty sour, as you know. And then because I'm also a combination of kapha,
Yeah.
so you see, the foods will be a little mixed up. And then for pitta oils, let's look. Coconut. Oh my gosh, this is the best. Olive oil. I love olive oil in my salad. It's the only. I actually don't do vinegar. I don't do any other kind of salad dressing. Just the olive oil. Soy. I don't know. And sunflower. Okay.
Right.
In Russia, I know people use sunflower for salads, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
very,
I used to like it, but it's a little too strong for me. And then as I moved to Europe, I started using more olive oil and then reduce almonds. I'm actually allergic to almonds. I can't even eat almonds, you know. So if I eat, they give me headache, you know. And then corn, safflower, sesame, and sesame. Yeah, I tried sesame oil because I somehow thought I was VATA. I don't know when I first did the test, but then I did it again, and then yeah, not a fan
very,
of sesame oil. Okay, beans, chickpeas, mung beans, tofu, soybeans, all favorite, and then reduce the lentils and
favorite
meat.
chicken.
Yeah, you favor chicken. I actually don't like shrimps. I don't like a lot of seafood. I just eat fish and turkey. And then reduce red meat, you see, and seafood in general. I told you. And sometimes, guys, after watching this presentation, you will probably realize that
Yeah,
there are certain foods that you already don't like.
yeah,
Okay, and here you go. There is a reason to that. Okay, and then we have here sweeteners. So avoid honey. I actually don't mind honey a little bit, but as I've mentioned before, because I'm also a kapha. So all sweeteners are acceptable except honey and molasses. And herbs favor some sweet, bitter, and astringent spices in small amounts. Okay, cardamom, cilantro, cinnamon,
mm,
coriander, and dill, turmeric. As I mentioned before,
yeah,
here's my
exactly.
cup of coffee, guys, and I have turmeric and cinnamon in it. Here you go.
Now you can increase your pitta with the cup of coffee, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and I also add collagen in it because, and it's also decaf. I I'm not a fan of caffeine. I don't fall asleep right away, so I don't want to make it worse for
Yeah,
myself. Then, okay, reduce all pungent herbs and
yeah,
spices except as noted. So based on how you're feeling, okay, take only small amount of barbecue sauce, ketchup, sour salad dressing, and mustard. And then, what is it? Nuts and seeds. I love coconuts. You know, pumpkin seeds, yes. Sunflower seeds, yes. Those are the best. And you reduce them based on how you're feeling. Okay. If you are allergic, obviously you don't eat them. Okay. And then balancing kapha.
yeah,
Final dosha. Here you go. Cut back on sweets, guys,
yeah.
okay? Reduce butter, reduce cheese, and reduce ice cream.
Yes,
They are sweets and also dairy. And you can eat raw fruits, raw
yes,
vegetables. Salads are really good for you. I love salads. And then try to avoid deep fried foods. Eat corn, oil in small amounts, and then avoid fast food. Okay. And for kaphas, it's important to have a hot cooked meal. So if you want some vegetables, you can prepare them cooked, or you can also, eat them fresh. Then dry cooking methods are the best. Add pungent taste and spices. And a lot of people think that you should do them in summer, but in fact, you should actually do them in winter because it's cold outside. And in order to offset the cold, you raise the fire in your body, right? So that pepper will create some fire in your body. And then skip breakfast and meal occasionally if not hungry. This is what I sometimes do. I tend to skip breakfast, not lunches usually and not dinners, but breakfast, yeah. Then if you want some really cool breakfast, you can do bitter cocoa. If you can find 100% cocoa with a skim milk or a touch of honey, and with 1 tablespoon maximum of honey, so not too much, okay? And then you can drink hot water with lemon and ginger. This is what I do every single morning. Yeah, it helps with the digestive system, and it lifts you up. And regardless of weather, you know, regardless of the season, I do it anyway. And then KAPHA foods, so you favor barley, buckwheat, corn, millet, and rye, and then you reduce oats, rice, and wheat. And vegetables, generally all vegetables are good for you guys, so you can check it out. Even garlic, I actually don't mind garlic, I like it. Russians eat a lot of garlic. Yeah, and then you reduce sweet and juicy vegetables, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, and zucchini. See, zucchini, have to be careful with those guys. And then, especially if they're not cooked. And then fruits, apples, apricots, cranberries, pears, pomegranates. See, dried fruits in general, apricots, figs, prunes, and raisins. And then reduce the sweet, sour, very juicy fruits in general. And here they give you the list of things. I actually love avocado, but we saw in the previous, in PITTA, avocados are good. Okay, so you have to find that kind of balance within your body. And then okay, let's move on to the next slide. Here we have beans, dairy, oils, and meat. So all legumes are acceptable. Reduce kidney beans and tofu. And then the dairy, low and non-fat milk, and dairy in small amounts. All except as noted. I'm actually lactose intolerant, so I never consume milk that contains lactose. And then oils, almond, corn, safflower, sunflower oils are good, and reduce all except as noted. So I probably wouldn't go for almond oil because I'm allergic. And then meat, chicken, shrimp, and turkey. See, they are repeating, and avoid red meat and seafood in general. Okay, and then we have here the nuts, seeds, sweeteners, herbs, and spices. So for sweeteners, avoid raw, unheated honey, and reduce all sweeteners if you can, okay, based on how you're feeling. And then herbs and spices, all ginger is the best for digestion, and then reduce salt, okay. And reducing salt can be really hard for some people. If you're used to consuming a lot of salt, it's going to be problematic for you to reduce it. And then nuts and seeds, pumpkin seeds are great, sunflower seeds are good, and then reduce all based on how you notice you're feeling. And that's it, guys. We even finished on time. So it was the introduction into the doshas. I hope by now you have determined your dosha type. If you want to do the test, go to this link. If I click on it, it will probably not go there, but anyway, you go and fill out the survey. Let us know what type of body and mind you are, and then follow those recommendations, those food choices that we've given you in general. And then more specifically, we will be talking about the food recipes tomorrow, okay? And yeah. If you have any questions, reach out, and thank you so much for your attention, guys. Remember to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss on more interesting topics and yoga classes with a wonderful yoga teachers community. Okay, give this video a like if it was educational and if you learned something about yourself. And we are looking forward to seeing you soon. And this is the book that I was referring to by Deepak Chopra, a very good book. He actually explains in more detail. I just kind of went through it and tried to summarize the most important points for you guys. Yeah, and this course was based on our program that we did with PK a while ago about Ayurveda and yoga therapy. teacher training course. Yes, I hope you had fun today, guys. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for our discussion. So Melody, tell us what body type you are. Have you managed to determine?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm mostly VATA, and then PITTA is like the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, and like, yeah, I've noticed with foods too. You can't really go off of like processed foods, but like a lot of times, like the natural foods that you're more drawn to are like, a good indicator. And that's like saying, because like I'm a vegetarian, but I just like hate like leafy, that especially like any raw vegetables or like salads, and people are like, you are so, but it's just like I want like rice and like
Yeah.
like fruits and like, yeah, definitely like nectarines. I just like go crazy on them like all summer long. And yeah, even like cooked fruits like that was like a big treat growing up, whether it's like apples or pears or bananas, just as long as they're super ripe, like just super juicy and cooked.
And see, you naturally tend to fall for those kinds of food to begin with. It just gives you more idea why, right? Because there are certain elements in the body that you need to balance out. And oh, Piquet, tell us what's your dosha type?
Yeah, mine is, I'm a, mostly my dosha is kapha, which is 35%. And then I am 33% I am pitta, and 32% I am vata. So it's like a pretty close, but predominant is kapha. And I'm a combination of all three. It's
Yeah,
a very
we all are to an extent,
but mine are so close that it's
Yeah.
always like this. So the thing is, if I don't watch my food, the depending upon the kind of food I am eating, that goes up very sharply.
Yeah.
So I didn't know until a year ago that I have to be very particular about what I eat and what time I eat. Times are important too. Because there's a kapha time from 6 a.m. until 10 a.m.
Yeah, we did cover that one, guys. I just wanted to keep it very general. Otherwise, this presentation would last us for many, many hours. But we did in detail. And also exercises. Maybe we can break this topic apart. And if it interests you guys, let us know in the comments, okay? We can talk about exercises, what type of workout each dosha type should do, what kind of activities they should do, and what kind of massage even is good for one particular dosha type versus the others. Yeah, we can cover those topics because that was like just in general, okay?
Yeah, super interesting subject though, and yeah, thank you so much for putting together the presentation. Like this, great overview.
It took me a while to put it together. I'm like, okay, this is it, yes. Cool. So I'm so glad you enjoyed it, guys. Remember to subscribe, give us a like, and we are looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next topic and in the upcoming videos. Okay, have a great day, everyone, and thank you guys so much. Thank you, Piquet. Thank you, Melody, for your input. Yeah, thank you, guys. Take care. Bye. Have a great weekend.
See you.